Monster Monday.
That's what you said?
Yeah. You didn't hear it?
No, do it again.
No, I don't.
Do it again.
Do it again. So tonight we're talking about Howling 4, the original Nightmare, which actually features multiple stills from the Howling 3 marsupials on the back here, and not the actual film. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm...
Like, this one especially.
Yeah. I don't know if they were, like, trying to sell a different movie, or if the people who were making this just didn't give a fuck and were like, pull up Howling pictures. Like...
Pull up Howling pictures.
Do you think that they could get a lawsuit?
No.
Because it's not... Howling 3 isn't owned by this company. Right? They
Yeah.
put Howling... The Blu-ray I have is the Howling trilogy, remember?
Oh, that's right. So this is outside.
3 marsupials... No. Marsupials 3. Freaks 5. Yeah. This one isn't included because this is a different production company or something. They don't own the rights to this. So it's odd to me that there's Howling 3 pictures here. Anyways.
Yes, it is odd.
Alright. So, Howling 4, or as I would like to call it, the 7-minute ad? Oh my goodness. How do I want our color back. Jeez. Bring us 7 minutes for a fucking cell phone. Or Howling 4, as I call it. Yeah, the 7-minute ad. No. The film that is rather dull until the last, 2 minutes when they just decided to hire, Tom Savini to come in and be like, fuck it, man. Just try to save the last couple minutes of this movie. There's some really cool special effects going on in the last 5 minutes of this film.
Yes.
The rest of it isn't awful. I kind of gave this film a real bad rap in my head. And after having watched it, because in my memory of this movie, this girl Marie, the character Marie, was alone. The whole film out in the woods doing nothing.
To be fair, there is a lot of slow-mo running.
There's a lot of slow-mo running.
So...
But it's not as bad as I thought. It's just it's pretty funny at times because you just, of course, are questioning the logic and you're questioning all these things. And we're gonna get into all of that, but the film is very blah. But man, there's some great special effects work at the end of this movie, and it's a real shame that it's attached to this film. That being said, something we both can agree on for sure. This is the most like the original of the 4 so far. At least this one feels like a Howling. I mean, this girl goes to this town and everyone there turns out to be a werewolf and
yeah.
That's
the closest.
It's similar in vein, but it's obviously nowhere near the quality.
Yeah, it's a much lower tier for sure.
Sure.
But yeah, it feels a lot closer than the marsupials. So,
no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty bored during this movie, for the most part.
Hilariously.
It's not awful, and then I also kind of was falling asleep during the last 10 minutes.
During the good stuff.
Yeah, and he was like, wake up, look at that, look at that. And I would be like...
She's probably thinking she was dreaming something better.
No.
She's like, I fell asleep and I'm dreaming about a better movie.
But I did see the effects at the end, and I really liked them,
This was her during the last couple minutes.
My eyes were seriously like gluing themselves shut. I was trying so hard to open them, but it was like 2 a.m. And yeah, the first part of the movie is just, I mean, it's fine. I almost prefer though, like, with the marsupials, it's so crazy. Like, everything that's happening in it. And even with the Howling 2, like, both of those movies, you're just trying to figure out, like, what the hell is going on. And with this one, it has a pretty clear-cut plot. And I almost prefer the other two because they were more entertaining to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the intention with this film from the director or whoever behind the scenes was like, look how much 2 and 3 has, jumped the shark. And we're going to bring this to a more serious tone. We're going to make it more in line with the original. I think their intentions are good here. I just don't think they have the budget. I don't think they have the actors, and I don't think they have the talent to make a competent film. There is some really bad camera placement in this movie. Yeah. Like multiple times where their framing is terrible, their focus is off, or focus on something it shouldn't be, while the things in the foreground are in focus, but the things in the background aren't, and it's not, in my opinion, intentional. Like, I don't know what is happening. A lot of it is in the opening, for sure. The rest of it's kind of just like static shots that are kind of boring, but at least they're framed correctly, I suppose. But the opening is filled with all sorts of just terrible, I guess I would call it like shot selection. I don't even know if they selected their shots. They're just like, well, fucking put a camera somewhere. Just film something. Okay, Bob? Poor Bob.
It was his first time.
It was his first time and his last.
This felt like it should have been the second Howling movie. And like 3 and 4 should have been like part 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Where they're like...
By that point, yeah, it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Go for broke. Yeah.
Yeah. The shot selection, though, like you were saying, was really poor in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of like very confusing ghost elements going on in here. There's a nun in an elevator, and then she turns around and the nun's gone. And this is something that continues to happen. And then there's a scene later that was genuinely like one of the funniest fucking things ever to me. Because like, she's already, maybe by this point, I guess she's just accustomed to it now that she's seen this nun a few times. But she's in this like cabin or house by herself in the middle of the woods, and no one else is around. And I think her husband is like pulling up in that moment or something. But like right before he does, there's like this old ghost couple. Like this, like they're pretty, I'd say maybe in their 80s or something.
Yeah, they're like grandpa ghosts.
Yeah, and they're just like in the living room. And like no reaction, no fucks are given. She just kind of looks over at them and she sees them and she's like, and then they disappear and she's just like, and that's it.
And they're really intense too.
Yeah.
The woman's like,
yeah, they're like trying to send her some kind of a message or something.
And she just is like, it's so funny.
She's like, not before my morning coffee. We got time for this shit.
Yeah, I also felt like with her like whole, she had a psychotic break. Like all of that in the beginning happened so fast, and it's really confusing because she was having like a dream. I guess, sure. Right? Like it was a dream sequence, which was how she saw the nun. Because I thought that she, like, and I think you said it too, that whole first part was like actually happening to her.
Sure.
And she saw something and then was like instantly put into a psych ward.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that or not. Yeah. I think yes, it is left open to me. We both kind of looked at each other and were like, because it is okay. Sorry to interrupt, but like it goes from like her out in public and she sees this nun and then she disappears and she kind of freaks out and then she's like instantly in a mental institution. Yeah. And then like 2 minutes later, she's instantly like having a great time laughing, driving down the road with some other guy.
Oh my God. And that was
you're like,
so...
wait, is the other guy her husband? Or is this guy? Or is this the same guy, but like with a different haircut?
Yeah. There was a good 5 minutes that I was just asking him like who that guy was. I was so confused. I was like, that's not the same guy. And I think yeah, you were like, no, it's him. He's just older. Like,
no, not older. I thought he just like grew his stubble out.
Yeah, but I was like, that's not him. Who is that? And it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like her friend, which I don't even remember now if they like elaborate on what they're like, if he's a business friend or something, or if he's just a friend. But it's so confusing why he drives her to this cabin retreat so that she can get some time away and recover because she has this new book release coming out. And her husband's even like kind of like wasn't expecting him to drive her.
That makes no sense.
And that was like, we were both just so confused.
This is such a fucking bizarre part of the movie. So she gets out of the mental institution because her doctor has recommended that she needs to get away, right? And clear her mind, and she needs to not be overwhelmed by anything, and she shouldn't write, and she shouldn't be around people, and she shouldn't whatever. So some guy, I don't think we ever established 100% who he is.
I didn't think so.
Like to her,
he's just a friend.
Because he like works. He works for like the newspaper or something. She calls him, and she's like, "I need you to look into this for me. Like, you know, I know you have contacts with the police or whatever. Like, why don't you look something up?" I knew you were falling asleep, and my brain was like checking out. So I was just like, "What the fuck is happening?" Anyways, so he's picked her up from the insane asylum, which, as we had already kind of stated, it went from no shit, like this potential dream sequence, never really understand if that is or not, or if that's what lands her in the insane asylum. I want to say the opening is
what lands her,
what makes her go to a mental health facility.
Yeah.
And then, so it goes from like her having this potential dream sequence, which I don't think it is. I think it's her having a break, a psychotic break. She's in a mental institution, and then she's on the road laughing and having a wonderful time with, who knows, this random guy who's not the guy in the opening. And this is all in like probably 3 to 5 minutes of each other, and you're like, what is happening here?
So fast.
But anyway, so she's in the car, so they're driving out, and this is a place that's far.
Yes.
Right? They're on a drive. And they get there to the cabin, and her husband is like, "Oh, he brought you?
Yeah.
How the fuck is this possible? How does your wife get, released from a mental institution so that she can go on a retreat to clear her mind to better help with her mental health, and you don't know how she's getting there?" Right. You're not taking... Why would he be there already?
And not the one driving
Yes. Her? Why would he not have taken her when he was going there? It's not their house.
No. And she
and he doesn't know how she's getting there.
Yeah. And I think she even
He didn't ask?
Well, doesn't she say that the doctor's like, I can't drive?
Yes.
Can't drive. So it's like... And he would know that.
Yes.
Because he's like... her husband and also like her manager or whatever. It's so weird. And then there's this weird rivalry... sorry, I was remembering you saying you couldn't say rivalry.
Saying it weird.
Rivalry.
Rivalry?
Rivalry.
Rivalry.
There's a rivalry between
You're saying it right.
Mysterious friend from the city and husband. And the friend's like not, like he likes her, but he's like not trying to like fight the guy. And her husband is like really like macho man aggressive towards him.
Yeah, I don't get the impression...
that she's
that
like...
he's after her.
No, I don't either. I think he's just a friend. Even though she does like kiss him, but it's like a friendly kiss whenever he's leaving.
Right on his dick.
Yeah, friendly dick kiss.
Super friendly. She's like, all right, bye. And the husband gets all bent out of shape.
Like, come on. Just chill. Yeah. So, her husband is actually one of the parts of the movie too that I just really didn't like him. I felt like his acting was weird, and his character is meant to be kind of a douche. I think. So, like, he, I guess, does that well, but...
he's cheating on her.
Yeah.
You know, in the movie. So he's not a very likable guy.
Yeah, he's not. But he's also just, like, a dick to her.
Sure.
In general, so...
Sure, he belittles
she definitely,
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps her, you know, puts her down. He's, like, constantly...
He's like, there's no fucking howling. Every time they try and have sex, which is, like, every night that they're there.
Yeah.
She, like, can't do it because she hears howling outside.
She's in fucking recovery.
And she's like, wait. And then he's like...
From mental issues. And he's, like, pissed that she's not, like, in the perfect state to fuck all the time.
Yeah. She's like, fine, I'll just fuck this, like, hot shop owner. Right? I don't know.
She looks like every freaking chicken, like...
Every werewolf chick in the Howling so far. That's what she looks like.
She does look like that, but she also looks like kind of the middle-aged Sedona chick here in town.
Yeah.
They all have that kind of look and that nuttiness in their eyes.
They're like edgy hippies.
Yes.
They're exactly. Like, I pour my blood every month back into the earth. And then...
Don't you all?
No.
No? No?
No.
You keep it for yourself?
Yeah. Just for later.
We have also got Pierre the Pooch, who is dispatched of very quickly. And he's headless in the cave. And Marie thinks she sees it. But her husband, who's a piece of shit, doesn't believe her and then goes out and finds some like random doll.
Creepiest doll though. That doll was really weird looking. And he brings it back to her and he's like, what is this?
What is this?
He's so
shit?
accusatory. He's like, this is what you saw. It's not Pierre.
Admit it. And yeah, I put down, this chick is in such good spirits now. Mm-hmm. She really is. It is funny. You have to see it. Like, she's in a crazy house. She's like in a padded cell.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to her like driving down the road, just carefree and having the best time. And it's like, there's no jump. No. There's a huge jump. There's no like slow transition of like her getting out and her friend cheering her up. Yes. And she's like kind of smiling and he's just like trying to talk to her about what had happened. None of that shit. Just cut like, straight to she's fine. Yeah. And it's like, well, she don't need to go to the cabin. We're good.
She's fine. She just needed to
cured.
Drive.
She just needed to be away from her husband is what it is. And she needs to be with this guy.
Handy.
Oh yeah, and her husband's name is literally Dick. So he's
And the whole time we were talking about how Richard got shortened into Dick.
I think I've talked about this on the channel before. Who knows? You got so many like abbreviated nicknames from Richard, from Rick to Rich to Dick to
Ditch.
Like, it's like so many. It's out of control. Same thing with like Robert, Rob, Bob, like
Bobby,
Bob,
Bobbert,
Robert became Bob.
Somebody saw the R, and they're like, B.
I have no clue. But yeah, Dick. Dick's not even close.
No,
Dick's not even close. So I don't get that one.
It has an I in it and a C. Like Richard has an I and a C.
I see what you did there. All right, moving on. Husband is a real dick. Dog goes missing. Dick doesn't care. These are notes. Yeah. These are notes. Yes, so much slow-mo running. This is what Kayla was talking about. It's so fucking funny. And we get a lot of like day for night stuff, but like in the same shots.
It's weird.
Where it's like dark outside, but then they look out and it's totally like daylight.
Yeah.
It's like dark around the house, like it's clearly night, and then they like kind of go out in the woods and it's like pure day, and then they come back and it's still dark.
Yeah.
And it's all like together. Like it's not like cuts where it seems like maybe time No,
it's the same time. It's supposed to be happening congruently. Yeah.
That's just poor filmmaking, of course. And let's say, so then we meet Janice, and Janice is a fan who has come to Marie's cabin to admit her undying love for her work as kind of a creepy fan. And somehow this just works out for her and they become like besties. This happens never. Don't do that. So this film tries to show you that you can just go up to a random artist like in their private place.
Yeah,
and
when
be
they're
like,
recovering.
Hey, I know you're trying to be in a secluded area and you just got out of the loony bin, but
can I get your autograph and maybe like share some
just want to tell you that I think you're pretty cool. And then she just so happens to have a picture of her and the nun that she's been seeing in her dreams, like right on her.
She's like, look,
right
I used to be a nun.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I didn't know this nun. She's like, look. She's like a full portfolio she pulls out, and she's like, I'm like, oh, that was conveniently
so convenient.
there.
So
like, I know she's there looking for her, and I get that she's like out, but the fact that she's like slung over her shoulder, and that's like what she was wearing to come say hi to her favorite author. It's just, it streamlines it, right? Like, we don't need to watch her run to her car and be like, hold on, I got something in the car. Let me go get the picture. Yeah. But it's really funny when she's just like, here it is. She doesn't even look. And all the deaths in the first, like, hour and a half of this 80-minute movie are off screen. So that's not awesome, of course. Sees old ghost couple, no reaction. That's the best note here because it's the truest. I also love that Dick they have like dinner together and she then has to, after having, because he brings home like a rabbit for her to cook or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then, kind of reminds me of Yellow Jackets. And so she like cooks it and they eat it, and then she like goes over and she's like, I gotta do the dishes, and he has no interest in helping her with the dishes, but is like pissed off that she's not getting done faster and he wants to like get laid, so he like leaves. It's what? This guy's the worst.
Like, cool, alright.
He does look like a guy on the front cover of a trashy romance novel though. Like, he has his shirt open, he's got this real, like, jacked body, and he's got the stubble and the longer, like, mane.
I thought you were going to say that he does look like he would be a dick, and I was going to be like, yeah, but I also see the trashy romance novel thing, too.
100% he's on the cover of that. I would almost bet money that guy's posed for one. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. That whole scene with the dishes was just like, ew, what? You're not gonna help her?
I think in that same scene, he's like gonna go upstairs. Because I think I said he left, but maybe he doesn't leave in that scene, but whatever. She says, I love you, and he's like...
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that scene, though.
No, it's
but it's another scene, where I was even commenting on it. She's like, I love you, and he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then, like, drives away, and you're just like, whoa. Sick husband.
Also, this town has, like... a population of like 4, and there's this like giant synagogue.
Yeah.
Freaking, church, and I'm like, who's that for?
It's for the 4 people that live there.
Almost reminds me of Hobbs End in freaking In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
The black church with the black Byzantine church with the gold onions on top. You look at that church and you're like, for Hobbs End?
Yeah, for that time?
What? Why is that there? That same kind of church to me. I'm like, this church has like, what? And they also, the priest who runs the place is like, no one comes here.
Yeah.
No one comes here. So they have this huge church in a town that only has like 4 people, and all 4 of them don't go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
good.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But...
good way to spend tax money. Donations.
It's tax deductible.
Sure is. And yes. So while the husband is screwing the pointy nipples, her shadow's like this. They're like cones. The old 50s bras, the bullet bras?
Yes. That's what
she's worn those so much
that her
tits is literally just shaped into it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyways, while she's doing the deed with him, she's also feeling this wolf's pain out. So I guess they're all connected and can feel each other's pain, almost like, a real version of Midsommar. Where they're really like emotionally connected, but they're like physically connected.
They're like actually.
While she's physically connecting with him.
Yeah, and then they're spiritually connected.
She's also spiritually connected?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's got all bases covered here.
Emotional, spiritual, physical.
And triangle tits.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think she's the one, or maybe it's somebody else that goes from like a woman to a werewolf to a dog.
It's her.
It's her, all in like 5 seconds maybe. Yeah. It's really weird. It's really weird.
A strange transformation.
But the werewolf in this looks awesome.
Yes.
Like, it was fucking badass. I was like, whoa, that's, better than anything in 2 and 3. Easily.
For sure. As far as werewolves go, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
But then it turns into a dog.
And you're just like,
it's like, why?
Oh.
Just use the fucking, don't show the dog running away. All you have to do is just, see the real werewolf, leave frame, and then just, add the noise of it running away.
Yeah, or the transformation should be reversed. Like, she should go from human to dog to werewolf.
No, fuck the dog.
So that it gets at least progressively worse.
No dog. No dog.
No dog.
No dog at all. I don't want to see it. Just woman, werewolf.
Okay. Werewolf. Yep.
Yeah, and pointy nipples.
Yep.
That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. And then Dick has the audacity to just basically get home. I don't think it's the same night, but he gets back after having cheated on his wife, and her friend is there trying to console her by giving her a hug or something, and Dick is pissed. His
reaction's so...
Yeah. Throwing down with this guy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Cheaters are the most jealous people.
Yeah, because doesn't he accuse her of being a lesbian?
He accuses Janice of being a lesbian.
Oh, that's right.
Your new lesbian friend.
Yeah.
Because if you're a woman and you try to befriend another woman, you're gay, I guess. It says Dick.
Dick makes rules, so.
Yeah. He is, famous for those trashy romance covers, so you gotta listen to him.
Only heterosexual trashy romance novels, though.
Oh, there's this really funny scene where I think it's Janice is trying to put the pieces together, and she's reading something that she's found, and she reads it, and she's like, werewolves, demons, werewolves, demons, werewolves, demons. Oh, it's werewolves.
Demons. Werewolves. In fear. We're all in fear.
You're all in fear.
Werewolves. We're all in fear. Demons. We're all in fear. All in fear. Werewolves are here. 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 Oh God.
I'm like,
That's not how you put pieces together.
that's not.
You're not
She has to say 16 times each for her to be like, oh my god, I think it's werewolves and demons. It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's so bad. And then we get to see Dick melt.
Yes.
We get to see a dick melt.
I don't know why
I'm not gonna melt.
His
Melt in your
melting.
mouth, not in your hand, maybe. But anyway, sorry.
His melting is gross and awesome, for sure.
Awesome.
It looks really, really good.
Yes.
Like if that had been the whole movie, just him dying, I would have been really happy. But just if those effects had happened at any other point or throughout the movie, it definitely would have improved it a lot.
So what's odd about this is that Dick's transformation is he melts down into some ooze in the soil, and then he comes up out of that is as a werewolf. But then the other werewolves don't change like that.
Yeah, I don't know why he does.
And one of them changes from a woman to a
dog.
Werewolf to a dog.
Yeah, to a werewolf to a dog.
The other one melts down and then comes out of the ooze as one. Maybe the first time you change? That's how it works?
Maybe.
But why? Because you go back human.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
You gotta mix your new werewolf DNA with your old DNA.
Whatever it is, it looks
in the
fucking
liquid
awesome.
Form. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It looks
maybe,
great.
yeah. Maybe what you're saying is right.
No, I don't think
they
it's
don't
right.
put any thought into this.
No.
They didn't put any thought into this.
I think they're just like, that'll look sick. And it does.
Absolutely. He's like a phoenix rising from the gooey ashes.
Gooey werewolf phoenix?
Mm-hmm. And the dogs in this have red and green eyes. Mm-hmm. Look like little Christmas puppies.
Mm.
Yeah, like Santa buddies.
Santa buddies?
Santa buddies. Never seen the Buddy movies?
I have not seen all of the Buddy movies.
Air Buds,
I've not seen
dogs,
the 2,100 Air Bud movies.
There's
like
not that many. Hey, I got little kids,
there?
okay?
How many are there?
I don't know at this point. Super Buddies. Spooky Buddies. Santa Buddies 1 and 2. That one was so popular. Fucking sequel.
Nope, I haven't. I think I've maybe seen one Air Bud.
Space Buddies, of course. Obviously, they went to space. Any
Bud?
franchise goes long enough, they go to space. Yeah.
Easter Buddies?
Easter Buddies did not happen.
You could make
But I have seen all 5 Air Bud movies. 7th Inning Fetch. The Golden Receiver. I love these titles. I think they're hilarious. Those are literal titles for the Air Bud movies. All right, anyways, moving on. Have daughters, and they're really young, okay? And I'll sit down and I'll watch anything with them.
I'm not knocking you for it.
Because I'm super dad.
You are.
And they're like, Dad, not again. I don't want to watch this again. I'm like, sit down.
We're putting it on.
I gotta see that damn dog spike that volleyball one more fucking time with his nose. Anyways, thank God I never got him into the Most Valuable Primate movies and its sequel, Most Extreme Primate, where he goes from playing hockey to skateboarding.
What?
Those are real.
What?
Yeah.
Those are real?
Those are
They're
real.
about monkeys?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What?
We'll watch them after this.
No.
No. All right.
What else happens?
Then she goes into the church and the priest is there and he fucking like rips his jaw off the side and then it's like werewolf face starts breaking through. It's awesome.
That was the
It's
moment
awesome.
Like...
I was like, wake up, wake up, and she's like, I don't know what that was. It was pretty close though.
Having a
It's pretty
seizure.
close. Yeah.
It looked really cool.
Then like Janice sacrifices herself inside the bell tower because I guess ringing the bell because it has this like dark history. It was brought from some other place. It lures all the animals in there after she announces in front of all of them, we have to get them all inside and burn the building down. And the priest is like, I have dog ears, okay? I can hear for a mile and you're an inch in front of me. You might want to rethink how loud you say things.
We must destroy them according to the legend. The tower must be burnt with the werewolves inside. You must set it on fire. What about you? I must ring the bell to summon the werewolves.
You couldn't have just like use like Morse
What
code
would
with
you
their
do
eyes.
face? Morse code.
Yeah, like, her and Janice are connected now.
Right.
The dog's got their spiritual connection, and Janice and her got their lesbian connection now. And they're just like, so the lesbians do, right? They do like Morse flicks.
Oh.
They can communicate like that.
Spell the Harry Potter novel out in my book. Never mind.
In my what?
I was gonna say my book, but it made
book?
no sense. Yeah, I got real confused.
They were going with Bush. Book. Wow.
Okay, so I don't know.
But
yeah.
she sacrifices
They should have
herself, and
used
it doesn't
Morse
really matter
code.
because Marie dies anyways.
Yeah.
She gets attacked at the end. Credits. Grim ending. Yeah. Speaking of Harry Potter, the Grim kind of looks like a werewolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a werewolf.
It is.
Or no,
it's
not
a
a werewolf.
but he looks like a dog.
No, Sirius is not a werewolf. Okay, Professor Lupin is obviously.
Spoilers.
Time to go watch The Most Extreme Primate. No. No, you don't watch it. I'll tell you what. Kids movies like that are fucking hilarious.
You know what we should watch?
I get so many great things. If you've not seen Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 and you haven't seen High 4, Give Me Some Paw, that's one of the funniest fucking things you'll ever see. I'm going to try to find that shit and put it in here. Although it's Disney. I might get really docked for that
should.
one.
No.
It's so funny. The way
Don't
they
upset
give each other 4. It's like, High 4, give me some paw. I cried like legit for like 5 straight minutes. I thought that was the funniest thing like I'd ever seen, and my kids had to sit through me rewinding it like 15 times. Bought the fucking movie and would like and replayed the scene like 15 times for them over like a period of like a couple minutes. No. Yeah. No. High 4, give me some paw. Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm putting it in here. I don't give a fuck. They can take the video down.
High 4. Give me some paw.
That's just the thumbnail for the Howling 4.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, this movie was meh.
It's
What's
not
the
good.
next one?
Howling 5, the Freaks. I think it's the Freaks is next, or is that 6? It might be 6. 5. 5's I think 5 is the Freaks, and then or maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. I can't remember which order it goes in. You just wait. Just wait. You think 4 is bad? Wait till 7. It's bad. Anyways, guys. Are any of you even watching this? Are you gonna watch The Howling 4?
Yeah.
Like, have you watched it, or are you just here for the entertainment? I don't know. Hopefully Kaylee pressed record. Probably didn't. Airplane mode, you turned it on, right?
No, you did.
I did? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how much of this audio is used. Is usable. We'll find out. All right. High 4. Give me some paw.